Hi friends, Sabrina here, Sabrina Cathleen, the Wellness Warrior. I want to talk to you today about thoughts, about positive and negative thoughts, and whether or not you believed we could control our negative thinking. I need to control the volume right now. I think that's just a little bit too loud. Eek! But I don't know if I can reach it from here. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh well, it's not that loud. Sometimes it's quiet, then it gets loud, so... Anyways, I'm taking my little time out. I don't know about you, but I know for me, I've had a lot of anxiety going on. I've tried to unplug from the world. Like I told you, I completely canceled the TV subscription and everything. But we still have the internet, and you still have our exchange of information, and with that, you get information. So this morning I was studying. One of the things that I do, how do you start your morning out? I like to always feed and kind of get some new information. I like to learn something new every day. And so I was listening to one of the guys that I like to listen to, and he had somebody on there named Trevor Moawad, and it was on impact theory, and his, I guess his book is about how to control negative thinking. And I was listening to it, and it sounded really good. He was, it sounded believable, or for me, I was thinking, I was buying into it. It sounded really good. He was talking about how our thoughts have power. And this is what got me to thinking, and this is what got me on this whole thing of it. And, wondering about our thoughts and how much power we had over our thinking, and whether if one thought, like a negative thought, had more power than a positive thought. So I had to really dig into that and figure it out, because he said his thing was that that when we speak something, when something is verbally said, it has 10 times more power than just a regular thought. So we can think things, because we think things all the time. They say like 60,000 thoughts a day or something that we have, but we don't necessarily verbalize those. However, once you verbalize those, then it has power. And then he was saying that it has, if it's a negative word or something, if you say something and it's negative, it has 4 to 7 times more power than just, a regular thought, or, So I was thinking, gosh, how does that go? And then he was showing for examples. He was a sports trainer or something, and I'm sorry, I'm ignorant to who he is. I just stumbled across it because it was on my YouTube feed as, the liked videos, how you get fed things. So this was something that I normally enjoy, and I still did. I enjoyed what I heard, but it just got me to question things that I was learning, and that's just what I wanted to ask you too. What do you think about it? And on that, do you feed your brain every day? And with that, we have to be careful of what we feed our brain with, right? And that's what he was talking about too. It was good. He was talking about that we have things that are in our control. And I believe that, and with our thinking, we want to be goal-centric and hopefully be in the best interest of our well-being and the well-being of our family and our community and so forth, so that we can, put out good things. But sometimes that's not always easy. We can get caught up in what's going on, especially in, you look outside and it's absolutely gorgeous. My kids are playing soccer in the backyard. Hopefully everybody's well where you're at. I know we all have these little quarantines going on, kind of self-imposed, because everybody's been put on restrictions. And this is like the weirdest time ever. I've read about stuff like this, I'd seen it in the movies, but I've never experienced anything like this before. And I'm sure you haven't either, because who would? This is bizarre. And of course, our thoughts can get really carried away. There's a whole bunch of different theories, of what's going on, and where do you want to go with your thoughts with that, and then where's that going to get you? All we can do is be aware, right? Be mindful, but we have to keep ourselves calm and centered. Otherwise, we're going to get caught in this downward spin and be crazy like, a whole bunch of the rest of the world. And we don't need to go there. We need the peace and the love and the calmness, right? And my energy tea this time, not black tea. I'm so not used to drinking black tea that it was like really dry to me. This is good. So excuse me for a second. So anyways, he was saying that the things that are in our control are what we watch, right? So, you know, those of you that are watching, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you taking this time. Please put in the comments where you're watching from and whether or not you're going, you know, getting caught up with all the crazies, or what you're doing to keep yourself calm and centered so that you can keep your family calm and centered and not panicked right now. That's the worst thing that we can do, is get caught up in the panic and the fear, you know. And I know it's can be frightening with the unknown, but you know, we don't know the unknown. We just have to make the most of this moment right now, right? You know, love on our families, be well, take care of who we can, take care of ourselves, and just not get caught up in the fear. I don't want to be caught in the fear, you know. I want to be caught in love and, you know, see the healing through this for all of us, you know, and for the world. Something good has gotta come out of this. So, you know, let's vision forecast that way. In the meantime, prepare as much as you can for, you know, whatever we can. You know, we don't know what to expect, really, but I don't know. You know, we just pray. We do what we can do. You know, make sure our homes are stocked as the best you can, you know, without hoarding. You know, feed yourselves and your family and, you know, whoever you can reach out to and take care of. But the main thing is that we take care of ourselves. And we do that a lot through, you know, catching ourselves to where we're thinking and how we're thinking. And if we're going to get caught in that negative spiral of everything going out there and caught in the fear, then it's not going to help anybody. You know, for our own peace of mind and our well-being and our whole health, you know, because if we're stuck in negative spiral thinking we're going to make ourselves sick, we're down our immunity and we're not going to be good for anybody. So the thing there, you know, is, you know, catching what we watch. Another is what we're listening to. You know, what are we putting in our ear? I had to purposely put in, that's why, you know, my music, piping it in, just so I can feel it, the vibration of the calm and the, you know, the pure. I'm looking out my window here because my children are entertaining me in the sunshine. It is windy out there and the wind is just like whipping through my body, too much so that I don't know how I'd have to bundle up to protect myself. So I will go out eventually and watch him play with him. But I wanted just to come and share just these thoughts with you right now, because I'm sure that I'm not the only one that is getting caught in these, you know, the whirlwind of emotion. Pardon me, I'm pushing my stuff here. So back to what I was saying. He was saying, you know, not only we have control over who we talk to, you know, our energy that we're giving to and what their energy is giving to us. And then actually, you know, what we say out loud, because words do have power. So when we do speak, we want to make sure that our words are of intention, that they are words that are going to be healing words, things that are not going to harm anybody. He was talking about when you say things that are negative, they're like put out there. And that's why I couldn't understand. That's part I was questioning of his message. And that's why I wanted to encourage you to question everything you hear. Don't just take it and say, oh yeah, well, so-and-so said it, so it must be true. Let's research it and check it out, because I had to study more. I had to find out. So let's find out of this. I mean, do words really have, you know, power? And I know that I've seen the different studies where they'll put the words on the jars of the water, and you can see like the crystallizations or how things grow. I'm sure you've seen a lot of those different examples. So that got me to thinking, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, are we doomed if somebody says something bad? Are we setting up for the cyclone of crap? You know, because, you know, how far do we take it if somebody says something? I mean, how far do we take this and go with it? So I had to get calm and centered again. And by doing that, it was so nice to be able to bounce thoughts off my husband too, and let him hear what I had heard and decipher it. And it was so nice, you know, just to hear it out loud again. And then, you know, figure it out. It's like, okay, where do we want to go with this, and how do we want to use our information that we're getting? Because again, we want to be calm and peaceful, hopefully. And with that, you know, stay on that vibe of the positive. So, you know, when you think of, oh, I just got to be positive. How do you just be positive? You know, you still have to combat those negative thoughts. But I think that if we use our negative thoughts as tools so that we can prepare ourselves, they're for a good reason. We just don't want to get stuck in them. But I was like thinking, because with the power, how can a negative thought have, 4 to 7 times more power? I still have to look into that. So when I did that, what else is he was saying? Oh, he was talking about how he wanted us to believe that we do have belief over our, that we can change things, that our past didn't predict us. Some people are thinking that, I'm a product of my past, and my past predicts my behavior, and I'm going to be like this forever, and I can't rewire your brain. Well, we know that's not true. There's been studies shown to have our science, the brain, how you can, the neuroplasticity of it, so you can rewire things. I was reading again, because I had to study more about how the brain works, and it was saying that our brain does not know the difference between a true and a false. And that's why the beauty of positive thinking and the visualization and even saying something out loud, maybe that's why he was saying, so it doesn't know it, it believes it, because he was giving examples about how people set themselves up for failure. There was one guy, a sports guy, that was playing all these games, and he was being interviewed before the game, and he had said, yeah, life's been great. We've had a great season. The worst thing I could think happened is like my worst nightmare is I fumbled the pass and it goes between my legs or something like that. And sure enough, the game happened. He fumbled the pass, lost it, and between his legs. And then he gave another example of a guy, another sports guy, because this was a sports guy, this Trevor Moawad person. I'll have to look him up. I didn't know. So it was saying that this other guy was an athlete, and he'd been an athlete, top sports guy for many years, and he says, I don't want to retire and then die of like a heart attack when I'm 40. And sure enough, this guy retired and died of a heart attack at 40, and that's why I was thinking, my God, what do I say? What do I not say? And that was his thing, was what do you not say? What do you not do? And he said not to say stupid stuff, so just with that, let's be mindful of what we put out there. Let's not purposefully say really stupid stuff, projecting things, not that I'm going to put validity. I don't know. It's not like witchcraft or anything, but here's like the negative thoughts. How far do we take that? So let me see, did I cover everything that I wanted to cover? Because I wrote notes because I wanted to share this with you because it was on my brain. But he was just saying that, we can achieve and do whatever we want to do if we choose to do that, but we have to think on it. And he says, because if you become helpless, then you become hopeless. So, utilize it. He says that our behavior is what's going to define our success, which makes, success makes sense, right? So, setting ourselves up for good things, like knowing, for having eating issues, if we know that we want to lose weight, we're not going to go and eat a cheeseburger. We're going to eat something that's a little bit more mindful, like, I don't know, what's better than a cheeseburger? What would be satisfy you? I'm just thinking, Brussels sprouts, grilled Brussels sprouts, and some quinoa or something. Maybe that doesn't sound good to you, but it really is. I don't know, swapping out good things, good little habits from the negative things to the positive things. So instead of, thinking doom and gloom, how can, we think that, okay, this is a good thing. I, not wanting to offend anybody, but I love having my family together, and I hope that you all are safe and have your family together. It reminds me of like what I used to think life would be like when I was a little girl and I grew up, and I was thinking of all the quiet time that you got to have with family and just that feeling, and it seemed like life was getting really fast and really busy, and we had all these things to do and agendas to do, and just the anxiety, you'd want to get things you'd want to do things together, but there was like so much stuff that you had to do all the time, or places you had to be, that you missed out on it, and life seemed to be so frenzied that, I being a sensitive, was overstimulated completely anyway, and I needed to back down out of things, and that's why I need, to pull back out of life in the frenzy. So staying hydrated, staying peaceful, doing things that bring me peace and calm and center. And today it's being in my art room and looking down and playing with the kids and studying and questioning. And another thing, you know, is doing something brave. My something brave is sharing what I'm talking to you guys about, what I'm thinking about. You know, I don't know, maybe this doesn't mean anything to anybody, but maybe it's something to somebody. Maybe it will help somebody. You know, I just know that it's important to set goals every day, and set a goal for yourself and make sure that you're working towards what you're dreaming about, what you're, you know, what you want to create, because I believe that we do have the power to either create or destroy. And that's with everything, with our thinking, with our words, with our product, everything that we do. You know, we can put out love, or we can, you know, spew hate and doom and gloom and fear. And what I want to be able to do is just offer you guys love, you know, my love, embrace you in my love, give you, you know, what I'm feeling, you know, in my soul and in my heart, and just the joy and the gift of it, you know, of being able to change our thoughts, get off that scary program of fear, dial it in, you know, and just know that everything's going to be okay. You know, we will be okay. Everything will be fine. You know, we just have to trust and, you know, do all that we can do to protect ourselves and set ourselves up for the best that we can. And we need to start with our thoughts. You know, the best wellness right now, you know, health is our physical and our mental health. Our mental health affects our physical health. So we really have to be mindful with what we're thinking and what's coming out of our mouth, because our babies are listening to us. And you know what happens? Our bodies will react to all this fear and the terror. You know, I've been studying, because I love studying, all these books here, and they're talking about how our bodies hold on to terror and fear. And that's where a lot of illnesses come from. Cancers and sickness and dis-ease is from fear or pain or a blocked emotion that our body will hang on to. And it's really mind-boggling. I'm really, I love it, because I'm looking into that, because I'm like trying to heal myself on every level. So just let's try to be mindful of the things that come out of our mouth, so that we don't scar our, you know, children. They're growing up right now. They don't know anything. We've got to protect them and keep them safe. We don't want to impact them with our fear, you know. So trying to just keep everybody, you know, adjusted and happy, and everything's going to be fine amongst all of it, you know. So with that, just be grateful, you know, set your intentions. Always look for at least 3 things a day that you can be grateful for. And do set a goal of how you can do it. You know, like I said, learn something and then share it with somebody, and then do something brave. And, you know, those are positive things that you can do. We don't have to suffer. You know, we can choose in many ways. What do you think? I don't know. I see there's a problem, we can have a problem, or we can look at it as an untapped possibility of something that can get us somewhere. Who knows? I don't know. If we have to flee, you know, then hey, you know, we're taking off on an adventure, right? I don't know. I have no idea what's to come. But I know that right now I'm going to try to make the most of this moment and, you know, have a spirit of joy and not have fear, and just try to have a spirit of hope, and you know that at least I'm doing my body good by thinking good, you know, because if nothing else, it's spreading positivity through me and through the family. So I just want to invite you to do the same thing. If you are being challenged with your thinking, then, you know, just recognize that another thing that I was studying and I saw today was that our beliefs are just a pattern of thinking in our brain, something that we thought more than one time, you know, so we've kind of like set down an easy, quick firing. So let's just, you know, do a new one. Let's put down something new there, you know, and jump off track. So, you know, it's just like setting yourself up for a meditation or a visualization meditation, and, you know, to get yourself there so that you can make yourself happy. I think that's kind of how we can rewire our brains. What do you think? Have you ever tried anything like that? Does that sound silly and asinine, or does that sound like a good idea? I don't know. I think anything's worth trying right now in these days. And being the creative that I am going to creatively rewire my brain and rewire my thoughts. And I just wanted to invite you to do the same. Or tell me I'm a jackass. Whatever. I don't know. Stuff happens, right? You know, so I just want to try to shift my thinking, and I invited you to do the same thing, right? So shift happens, right? You remember the old day when they used to say, shit happens, shift happens. Let's make shift happen. You know, we start by ourselves. So we're going to figure out how we're going to look at our situation. Is it doom and gloom, or is it, you know, an opportunity for a new situation? Or I don't know. I do know that I am going to try to make myself, you know, look at it through bright eyes, through eyes of intrigue, and not of fear. And I just wanted to invite you to do the same thing. So anyhow, you know, it's just the more time that we can spend in appreciation, the less time we spend in negativity, right? So learn something new today, question something new today, do something brave today, and then share it. Yeah, so just check things off your list if you're so inclined. And if not, then don't. Your choice, right? So anyways, I love ya. I just wanted to share what I was doing today. Share what I was thinking about and seeing if it had any, you know, weight bearing with you. What do you think? Anyhow, I think I'm going to bundle up and go watch my babies go outside. Looks like the wind kind of died down. Yay! Grateful. That's what I was hoping. All right, my loves. You have a good day. Have good thoughts. Hopefully we can get off of that train of thinking of this, and we can like ride a good wave and go off somewhere good in our imagination, right? Why the heck not, right? Let's create our own storybook. All right, loves. Love, love. Good thoughts. Good feeling. Good thinking. All right. Much love. I hope you're well. Take care. Thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you soon. Toodles for now.